Stop scrolling right now. Yes, I am speaking directly to you in this exact quiet moment. Do not treat this as just another ordinary video on your screen. Heaven has declared an emergency over your life today, and I need your full attention before you move another inch. You are reading these words right now because a divine appointment was set in motion long before you were born. Only you were meant to see this message at this hour. You feel a strange pull in your chest. The noise of the world tries to drag you away every single day, but my voice is breaking through the chaos right now to reach your spirit. I know you are tired. You have been carrying a heavy weight for so long, and your shoulders are completely exhausted. You smile for everyone else during the day. You pretend that everything is fine when people ask how you are doing. But late at night, when the house is dark and quiet, the painful truth comes flooding back into your mind. I saw you crying silent tears in the shower when you thought no one was watching, and I felt every heavy sigh you swallowed so others would not worry. Stop calling your numbness peace. Do not call your silent endurance maturity when your heart is bleeding behind that forced smile. I see the small cracks in your weary soul, and I know about the quiet anxieties that visit you in the middle of the night. You wonder if anyone truly sees your sacrifice. I see everything. I have held every tear you ever shed, and I am here right now to deliver your divine rescue. You look around your life today and see only closed doors. You prayed for answers, but all you heard was deep silence for months. You think my silence means I have abandoned you to chance, but that is a dangerous lie from the enemy. Every single door that slammed shut in your face was turned by my own protective hand, because I refused to let you stay in places that were slowly poisoning your destiny. You are not a victim of a cruel world. You are my beloved child, and royal blood flows through your spiritual veins every single second. Before your mother even knew you were growing inside her womb, I placed an extraordinary strength deep within your DNA. The current delay you endure is not my denial. It is a hidden heavenly construction designed to fortify your vessel before the massive release comes. A sovereign decree has just been signed in the courts of heaven concerning your house. Within the next 72 hours, a massive shift will begin to unfold in your finances and your family lineage. The enemy knows this shift is coming, and that is why he sent so many heavy distractions to steal your focus today. He wants you to scroll away and miss the very lifeline heaven has prepared specifically for your name. Do not let him win this battle tonight. Give me your undivided attention for these next few moments, because the boundary between your current lack and your future overflow is collapsing right now. I am breaking the heavy atmosphere that has suffocated your mind for years. The long winter of your isolation is finally over, and the seeds you planted in secret tears are about to burst into a glorious harvest. You have spent 3 long generations carrying the heavy chains of generational lack and constant struggle. Every time you took one step forward, it felt like something pulled you 2 steps back into the dark. But tonight, the boundary line is drawn in the spiritual realm. I am raising you up as the designated chain breaker of your entire bloodline, and no force on earth can stop what I am about to do. Listen to me with your whole heart right now. The weapon formed against your peace has already failed, and the plans of the enemy are being turned into your greatest victory. I am restoring everything that was stolen from your hands during the season of dark trials. Your health, your joy, and your financial peace are being returned to you with double the weight of glory. You do not have to perform for me anymore. You do not need to bring me a perfect vessel. I only require a surrendered heart. Bring me your raw, messy, and exhausted pieces tonight, and let my holy presence fill your lungs like clean mountain air. Take a deep breath right now. Let the heavy tension leave your weary shoulders as I speak peace over your spirit. This is your divine rescue mission. The window of opportunity I opened before you today will not stay open forever. You must hold fast to these words. Open your spiritual eyes right now. Prepare to see the salvation I am unveiling before you. Stay right here with me, because what I am about to speak into your life next will forever change the trajectory of your entire future. Be still before me right now. Give your soul a quiet place. The noise of this chaotic world has diluted your spiritual strength for too long, but I am pulling you back into my quiet chamber tonight. You are safe in my hands. No storm can shake your foundation. Prepare your spirit, my precious child, for your journey into promised victory begins right now. Let us talk about what happens when the sun goes down and the rest of the world falls asleep. I watched you last Tuesday night when you were lying awake at 3 in the morning. You were staring at the ceiling with a heavy chest. Your body was completely exhausted, but your mind refused to rest because a storm of anxious thoughts was racing through your head. You picked up your phone with a trembling hand. You refreshed your bank account for the 3rd time, hoping by some miracle that the numbers had magically changed. Then you stared at your unpaid bills, while a quiet panic tightened around your throat. You gripped the edge of your blanket until your knuckles turned white, wondering how you were going to survive another month of this heavy financial pressure. I saw the quiet desperation in your eyes. You swallowed your tears so your family would not hear you weeping in the dark. You have become an expert at hiding your pain from everyone around you. And every single morning when the alarm rings, you put on that heavy mask of strength and step out into the world like everything is perfectly under control. You smile at your coworkers. You answer their questions with a gentle voice. You take care of other people's problems with endless patience. But inside your soul, you feel like you are slowly drowning in a deep ocean of isolation. You carry the responsibilities of your entire household on your tired shoulders, yet no one ever stops to ask if you are doing okay. They see your strength, but I see your hidden exhaustion. They look at your achievements, but I look at the heavy price you paid in secret to keep those around you safe. Your body is physically drained. Your nervous system has been stuck in survival mode for so long that you do not even remember what true relaxation feels like. You are completely burnt out. Now let us look at the deeper wounds you try so hard to forget. I know about the deep betrayal that shattered your trust years ago. You opened your heart to someone you loved, and you gave them your absolute loyalty without holding anything back. But they took your kindness for weakness, and they walked away after driving a cold blade of betrayal right into your back. That deep cut left a permanent scar on your spirit. You built a thick wall of ice around your heart to make sure no one could ever hurt you like that again. You called that cold wall wisdom. You convinced yourself that staying distant was the only way to protect your fragile peace. But that wall of defense became a prison, shutting out the love and joy I wanted to pour into your life. You feel lonely even when you are sitting in a room full of people. Their laughter sounds hollow to your ears. Their conversation feels shallow and meaningless to your weary spirit. You feel like an alien standing in a strange land, wondering why no one truly understands the deep longing inside your heart. I understand you, my beloved child. I was there in the quiet room when you cried in the shower, letting the warm water wash away the salt on your cheeks. I heard every silent prayer you gasped when you could not find the right words to speak. Your silent sighs were not lost in the wind, because every single one of them echoed straight into my heavenly sanctuary. You think your life has been reduced to a series of random accidents and cruel losses. You look at the people who betrayed you, and you wonder why they seem to prosper while you suffer in the shadows. You ask yourself if your righteousness was all in vain, but I need you to hear my truth today, because those painful stabs were allowed for a divine purpose. I used their rejection to pull you out of places that were far too small for your destiny. If I had allowed those toxic people to stay in your life, their hidden poison would have destroyed the golden future I prepared for you. I removed them from your table because their hands were not clean enough to touch the sacred blessings that are about to be poured into your lap. Stop grieving over the people who walked away from your life. They were only temporary actors in your story, and their season on your stage has officially come to an end. You do not need their validation to step into your destiny. You carry my royal backing behind every single step you take on this earth, and my favor is more than enough to elevate you above every storm. Take off that heavy armor of self-sufficiency right now. You do not have to fight these battles all by yourself anymore. You have spent years relying on your own limited strength, and it has left you drained and broken. Let me take the heavy steering wheel of your life today, while you rest your tired mind in the safety of my eternal presence. Your living temple is about to receive new life. I am breathing fresh strength into your tired bones right now. The constant fog in your brain is lifting, and the heavy tightness in your chest is melting away under my warm touch. Look at me, my precious child, because the season of your silent suffering is coming to a final end tonight. How long will you keep pretending? Your soul is completely shattered inside. Stop calling your emotional numbness peace, and stop calling your silent endurance maturity. You have convinced yourself that carrying this heavy burden without complaint makes you holy. But I never asked you to bleed in secret. I see the heavy mask you wear every single morning when you face the cold world. You tell everyone that you are fine, but your world is falling apart behind closed doors. You give advice to others while your own heart is screaming for help in the dark shadows. You put everyone else first while leaving your own soul starving for comfort. I am stripping away that heavy armor today because it was never meant to be your permanent home, my precious child. You built a massive fortress around your heart after that horrible betrayal destroyed your trust. You swore no one would ever get close enough to hurt you again. You closed the windows. You locked the doors. You froze your emotions until you could no longer feel real joy. But that fortress of ice has become a cold prison that keeps my warm love from reaching your deepest wounds. I command that wall of defense to fall down right now in my holy presence. You do not have to perform for me. You do not need to look successful to a world that is completely blind to your sacrifice. Bring me your raw, messy, and broken pieces tonight, because I love you too much to leave you bleeding in silence. It is time to let go. Let those suppressed tears flow down your face right now without any shame or regret. Do not try to wipe them away quickly. Do not hold back the heavy sob that has been trapped in your throat for years. Those tears are not a sign of weakness, but a sacred stream of healing that is washing away decades of stored sorrow. Let the pent-up pain leave your tired body tonight. I am holding you right now. My sovereign arms are wrapped around your shoulders, while your heart finally releases this heavy burden. Every single tear you drop onto the floor is a prayer that reaches my heavenly throne. I know about the silent screams you buried deep inside your spirit when life knocked you down. I felt your heartache when they walked away, and I held your spirit when you felt completely worthless. You are not worthless to me. You are my reward and my ultimate joy. The world measured your value by what you could produce, but I measure your worth by the royal blood that flows in your veins. You were never meant to carry the weight of the universe on your shoulders. You were created to be loved, cherished, and protected under the shadow of my eternal wings. Look at your fragile mind. Your silent endurance has cost you so much peace over these exhausting years. Your body is physically sick from holding on to stress that was never yours to carry. Your head throbs with constant tension, and your stomach churns with continuous worry about what tomorrow might bring. But tonight, I am stepping directly into your mess to bring a total end to your suffering. I am melting the stubborn ice around your heart with the pure fire of my unconditional love. Feel the warmth of my presence filling your small room right now as you listen to my voice. The suffocating weight is lifting off your chest, and clean air is entering your tired lungs for the very first time in months. You are safe here with me. No harm will ever touch your soul. Forgive yourself right now. You made mistakes while you were simply trying to survive the dark storm. Stop beating yourself up for not being strong enough, because my strength is made perfect in your absolute weakness. You do not need to figure out every single detail of your future tonight. I have already arranged every single piece of your life into a masterpiece of victory. Let the old season die. Let the constant pain and silent tears end in this sacred space right now. The heavy coat of self-sufficiency you wore for so long is falling off your shoulders onto the floor. You are stepping out of the dark cave of your isolation into the glorious light of my grace. Take a deep breath, my beloved one, because your broken spirit is officially being restored tonight. The enemy tried to defeat you. He tried to convince you that your story was completely over after that terrible fall. He whispered that you were too damaged to ever be useful or happy again. But he is a liar, and his evil plans against your house are being shattered into 1,000 pieces right now. Your best days are not behind you, because your true glory begins at this divine intersection. Rest your weary head against my chest tonight, Let my peace wash over your troubled mind. You have fought a hard fight, but the battle is no longer yours to fight alone. I am standing as a wall of fire around your household, and I am driving away every dark shadow that tried to swallow your joy. Sleep in deep peace tonight, for your deliverance has officially arrived. Now, open your spiritual eyes and listen to me closely. You look at your current situation and see only a dead end. You feel stuck in a dark hole with no way out. But I want you to look back at the story of young Joseph in the ancient scripture. His own brothers hated him and stripped away his beautiful, colorful coat. They threw him into a deep, dry pit and left him there to die in silence, while they sat down to eat without any guilt. Can you imagine how cold and lonely that pit felt to young Joseph? He wept on the dirty ground and wondered why his own family betrayed him so cruelly. He thought his glorious dreams were completely dead at the bottom of that dark hole. But while Joseph was weeping in the shadows, heaven was already moving a caravan of traveling merchants toward his exact location to carry him to his grand destiny. That dark pit was not Joseph's graveyard. It was his divine launch pad. If his brothers had not thrown him into that pit, he would have stayed comfortable in his father's house forever. He would have remained a spoiled child instead of becoming a powerful governor who saved millions of people from severe starvation. The painful betrayal was heavy, but it was absolutely necessary for his ultimate promotion. I need you to reframe your current suffering right now, my beloved child. You are standing in your own pit today, staring at closed doors and empty bank accounts. You feel forgotten by everyone who promised to walk with you through the storm. But I am telling you that your current stalemate is simply a hidden construction site where I am building a much stronger foundation for your future. I allowed those false friends to walk away because they were distracting you from your higher calling. I let those doors slam shut because those small rooms could no longer hold the giant blessing I prepared for your lineage. Stop weeping over the dry pit you are sitting in today. The pit was designed to isolate you from worldly noise so that you could hear my sovereign voice with absolute clarity. Look at what happens during a major construction process in the natural world. A builder must dig deep into the dark earth before placing heavy concrete pillars into the ground. The deeper the foundation goes down into the dirt, the higher the glorious structure can rise into the open sky. I am digging deep into your soul right now, removing the soft dirt of human pride and replacing it with solid rock. You feel empty inside because I am expanding your internal capacity. A small cup can only hold a few drops of water, but I am preparing to pour a massive river of divine favor over your household. If I poured my heavy glory into your life while your vessel was still small and fragile, the immense weight of that blessing would have shattered your spirit completely. That is why you went through the fiery furnace of intense trials recently. The heat was fierce, and your flesh wanted to run away from the heavy pressure every single day. But the fire was not sent to burn you to ashes. It was allowed to burn away your cheap impurities so that the pure gold of your true royal identity could finally shine before the world. Joseph stayed in a dark dungeon for 2 long years after leaving the pit. He served others faithfully, while his own freedom was completely denied by men. He did not curse my name during those silent years because he trusted that my timing was always perfect. And when the set time arrived, Pharaoh summoned him from the dark cell to the royal palace in a single hour. Your sudden elevation will be just as sudden and glorious. One divine moment will erase every single year of your silent suffering and humiliation. You will not have to beg secular leaders for favor, because my sovereign mark on your life will force doors to open automatically before your feet. What the enemy planned for your ultimate destruction is being turned into your greatest victory. Stop measuring your worth by the temporary silence around your life today. The master architect does not shout while laying down the foundational stones of a great palace. I am working quietly behind the scenes, setting up divine alignments and orchestrating resources that your natural eyes cannot see yet. Your vessel is being upgraded every single second you choose to remain faithful. Rise up in your spirit right now, my precious chosen vessel. Stop looking at your current lack with resentment and start thanking me for the hidden work taking place within your soul. You are no longer a helpless victim trapped at the bottom of a dark pit. You are a royal administrator undergoing intensive training before stepping onto your rightful throne. Type 777 in the comments right now as a physical sign that you agree to let my sovereign order replace your current chaos. When those numbers leave your fingers, you are sealing your willingness to let me finish this deep work inside your spirit. Let your soul be filled with unshakable confidence tonight, because the Joseph season of your life is officially transitioning into Pharaoh's palace. Lift up your head right now, my royal child. Stop begging for crumbs at tables you were legally born to own. You have walked through this life with your head down and your shoulders hunched for far too long. You allowed the harsh noise of this world to make you forget the royal blood running through your spiritual veins. Look at me today. I am stripping away the dusty beggar clothes you wore during your season of survival. You are an heir to an unshakable kingdom that cannot be shaken by earthly recessions. Your heavenly Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and all the gold in the universe belongs to my hands. Why do you live like a helpless orphan when the sovereign King of Kings is your Father? You were created to sit in heavenly places, exercising true authority over every storm that attacks your household. It is time for you to reclaim your stolen mantle. Look back at the history of your family bloodline. For 3 long generations, a heavy curse of financial lack and silent fear has stalked your relatives. You watched your parents work until their bodies broke, only to end up with empty hands and constant worry. You watched your family fight over small resources because a spirit of scarcity governed their mindsets. But I chose you out of your entire lineage to be the designated chain breaker. Tonight, the boundary line is drawn in the spiritual realm. Open your mouth right now and declare with bold authority the word, enough. Say it until the dark walls of your quiet room begin to tremble under the weight of your voice. Poverty ends with you tonight. Silent tears end with you tonight. The constant cycle of starting over from nothing is legally broken over your children and your children's children forever. Do not let the enemy deceive you into believing you are weak. The enemy did not attack your life so viciously because you were worthless. He attacked you because he saw the massive royal treasure buried deep within your spirit. He saw the divine light shining on your forehead, and he knew that if you ever discovered your true authority, his dark kingdom and your family would be completely destroyed. He was terrified of your awakening. I am placing a royal signet ring back onto your finger tonight. Whatever you bind on earth in my name is legally bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth is loosed right now. You have the authority to speak directly to that mountain of debt and command it to be cast into the sea. You have the legal right to command sickness to leave your body, because your temple belongs to the Most High. Stand tall like the royal warrior I created you to be. Stop speaking words of doubt and defeat over your future. Every time you say you cannot make it, you agree with the lie of the enemy. Instead, align your mouth with my sovereign decrees. Declare that goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. Declare that your hands are blessed to multiply every resource placed within your care. Take a deep breath right now, my precious child. Feel the heavy mantle of royal authority descending upon your shoulders as I speak these words over your spirit. The dark shadows of fear are fleeing from your atmosphere because my light is shining bright inside your soul. You are no longer a victim hiding in the dark corners of life. You step forward today as a sovereign ambassador of my eternal kingdom. Your ancestors prayed for this exact day to arrive. They cried out for someone in their lineage to break the heavy chains, and I answered their ancient prayers by creating you. You were born for such a time as this. Do not shrink back in fear when the winds blow hard against your house. Stand firm, square your shoulders, and exercise the divine power I placed inside your DNA before the foundation of the world. The legal decree has been officially sealed in the courts of heaven tonight. No weapon formed against your royal assignment shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment shall be silenced. Your season of hiding in the shadows is over. Walk forward with the fierce confidence of a royal heir, for the King of Heaven is leading your steps into complete victory. You carry an anointed aura that will cause doors of opportunity to open before you even speak a word. People who ignored you in the past will suddenly feel a strange urge to help you succeed. The favor of heaven will wrap around you like a royal garment wherever you walk. You do not need to fight for attention in this world, because my light upon your life will attract the exact blessings you need. Hold your head high as you step into tomorrow morning. Let the peace of your sovereign Father guard your mind against every subtle attack of doubt. The enemy will try to remind you of your past failures, but you must remind him of his future defeat. You are washed, redeemed, and restored to your full royal status. Step out of the shadows, my beloved heir, and take possession of the promises waiting for your name. Wake up right now. I am sounding a holy alarm over your spirit this very second. The enemy sees your massive breakthrough approaching your door, and he is terrified of what happens when you step into your full inheritance. That is why he sent a dark cloud of heavy procrastination to paralyze your steps today. He whispers that you should wait until tomorrow, but tomorrow is his favorite trap. Listen to my voice with absolute urgency. Procrastination is not a harmless personality trait or a simple habit of your flesh. It is an evil spiritual weapon designed to drain your holy power before you can ever draw your sword. Every single time you delay your obedience to my voice, you give the enemy a legal right to build a stronghold around your house. Stop compromising with lazy excuses. Look at how King Saul lost his kingdom in the ancient scriptures. He waited when he was commanded to move, and he offered a half-hearted sacrifice because he feared the opinion of the crowd. His delayed obedience was declared to be rebellion in my sight. I did not raise you up to cower in fear behind heavy baggage. I raised you to be a fierce warrior who cuts through the dark noise. The enemy knows that the window of opportunity over your life is closing fast. He wants you to stay lulled in a spiritual trance, scrolling through meaningless noise until your precious hour passes away. But I am commanding you to break out of that deadly trance right now. Draw your spiritual sword and drive the sharp edge of my word directly into the throat of that spirit of delay. Open your mouth and release a battle cry into your room. Say out loud that fear has no legal place inside your temple. Declare that the spirit of poverty, sickness, and endless hesitation is broken over your house forever. When you speak my word with bold faith, the foundations of hell begin to shake violently. The demonic forces assigned to your lineage must flee from your presence. You have spent far too many years sitting on the sidelines of your own destiny. You allowed past failures to convince you that you were not ready to lead the charge, but my strength is made perfect in your weakness. You do not fight this spiritual battle in your own limited power, because 10,000 legions of heavenly angels are standing right behind your back at this exact moment. Feel the holy fire rising up in your chest right now. The Lion of Judah is roaring inside your spirit, breaking every chain of intimidation that held you captive for decades. Every dark altar erected by your ancestors to keep your family in lack is being burned to ashes by my holy presence. You are taking back every single inch of ground the enemy stole during your season of weakness. No more excuses, my royal child. No more waiting for a comfortable season before you step into your divine assignment. Comfort is the quiet graveyard where great dreams go to die in silence. I am pulling you out of your comfortable boat and commanding you to walk on the wild waves of faith. Step out into deep water right now, because my sovereign hands will never let your feet sink. Look at the spiritual realm surrounding your home today. The atmosphere is shifting rapidly as you align your will with my eternal decrees. The dark clouds of anxiety are scattering, and the heavy atmosphere of depression is breaking into pieces. You are surrounded by an impenetrable wall of holy fire that no dark weapon can ever cross. Stand your ground and defend your peace. Rend your heart before me and put on your full armor of light. Put on the breastplate of righteousness and strap the belt of truth tightly around your waist. Take up the shield of faith to quench every single fiery dart the enemy hurls at your mind. You are fully equipped for this hour, and no power in hell can stand against a child of God who knows their royal authority. I command every spirit of confusion to leave your mind right now. The fog that clouded your vision for months is lifting completely. You will see your path with crystal clarity, and you will know exactly which steps to take next. Do not look to the left or to the right, but keep your eyes locked directly on my glory. Your ultimate victory is already secured in the courts of heaven. The enemy thought he had you trapped in that dark corner, but he miscalculated your divine backing. He thought that after all those painful stabs, you would simply lie down and give up the fight. But he did not know that every time you were knocked down, I was secretly planting your roots deeper into my eternal rock. You are coming out of this dark furnace bolder than ever before. Take a firm hold of your spiritual sword right now, and do not let it slip from your grip. Share this powerful lifeline with one weary soul tonight who is fighting a silent battle in the dark. Be the vessel of deliverance that my hands use to awaken another sleeping warrior. When you reach out to lift up a falling brother or sister, my holy favor over your own house multiplies tenfold. The battle belongs to the Lord, but your free will must draw the blade. Stand firm in this intense hour and watch the magnificent salvation I am performing before your eyes. The dark age of your hesitation is officially dead. Step forward into the front lines of your destiny, for the King of Glory is marching right beside you into complete and absolute victory. Heavenly Father, I come into your sacred presence tonight with an open and humble heart. I lay down every heavy burden that has weighed my weary soul down for so long. I am tired of fighting these battles in my own limited strength. And as I bow my knees before your throne of grace tonight, I ask you to let your holy presence wash over my living temple like a gentle river of living water. I surrender my pride to you. I give you my fear. I yield my entire life completely into your hands. Lord, I confess that I tried to control everything by myself for far too long. I tried to fix my broken life with my own human wisdom. It left me exhausted and empty. And every single morning when I woke up, the heavy weight of uncertainty was already sitting on my chest before I could even open my eyes. I take off the heavy coat of self-sufficiency right now. I stop pretending that I am strong when my heart is secretly bleeding inside. I lay my fragile life completely at your feet. Father, forgive me for doubting your goodness during my darkest hours. Forgive me for believing the lies of the enemy when my prayers seemed to go unanswered for months. I wash away every bitter seed of resentment that tried to take root inside my spirit. While I was weeping in the dark shadows of my isolation, your sovereign hands were secretly protecting my life from unseen dangers. I choose to forgive every single person who betrayed my trust. I release them into your hands tonight, and I let go of all the cold anger I carried. Cleanse my mind from every toxic thought that kept me trapped in fear. Wash away the painful memories that caused me to cry silent tears in the shower. I open every locked room of my soul and invite your holy light to shine into my deepest wounds. Healing is my portion tonight. Divine peace is my inheritance. My soul is being made completely whole under the soft touch of your sovereign hand. Lord, I surrender my financial worries to your infinite wisdom right now. I stop staring at my unpaid bills with a heavy chest filled with quiet terror. You are my ultimate provider who supplies all my needs according to your glorious riches. And even when my natural eyes see only closed doors and dry ground today, my spirit knows that you are preparing rivers of abundance in my desert. You will never leave me destitute. You will never forsake my household. Father, I yield my physical body into your healing hands tonight. Every single cell in my living temple belongs to your holy presence. I command every spirit of sickness, fatigue, and chronic pain to leave my body right now in your mighty name. My nervous system is being restored to perfect rest. The heavy tightness in my chest is melting away like snow under the warm sun. I breathe in your fresh life, and I breathe out every ounce of stored stress. I break every generational chain of lack and silent fear over my bloodline tonight. By the precious blood of my Savior, I cut every dark tether that bound my family to constant struggle and humiliation for decades. I step boldly into my true identity as a royal heir of your kingdom. My children will not inherit my silent tears or my hidden anxieties. They will walk in the glorious light of your favor, inheriting an unshakable legacy of divine overflow. Lord, take my messy life and turn it into a beautiful masterpiece for your glory. I do not ask for my own selfish will to be done anymore. I say with absolute surrender, not my will, but your will be done in my life forever. Use me as a pure vessel of your light in this chaotic world. Let my story be a living witness of your supernatural restoration and infinite grace. I trust your timing. I rest in your unconditional love. I release every painful fear of the future into your sacred hands right now. I stop trying to guess how you will solve my problems or when you will open the doors. I know that your thoughts toward me are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give me a future filled with hope. And as I rest my head on my pillow tonight, I choose to quiet my mind and listen to the gentle whisper of your love speaking over my soul. Your presence is my sanctuary. Your truth is my unshakable anchor in every storm. I declare that the heavy atmosphere over my household has officially shifted from mourning to victory. I am surrounded by your favor like a golden shield. The enemy has no more voice, no more authority, and no more legal hold over my life or my family. I am washed clean. I am set free. Fill every empty space in my heart with your sweet Holy Spirit right now. Let your divine peace wrap around my shoulders like a thick warm blanket as I prepare to sleep tonight. I am completely safe in your hands. My home is guarded by your wall of holy fire. No weapon formed against my spirit will ever prosper, because you are my strong tower and my eternal refuge. I thank you for hearing my humble prayer tonight. I thank you for turning my mourning into joy and replacing my heavy ashes with a glorious crown of beauty. The long winter of my silent suffering is officially dead and gone forever. I step forward into my promised land with a calm spirit and an unshakable faith. In your holy and majestic name I pray, Amen. You have stepped into a sacred atmosphere tonight, my beloved child. The quiet peace filling your chest right now is not an emotional illusion created by this temporary world. It is the real presence of your sovereign Father settling over your living temple. Do not let the chaotic noise waiting outside your door steal the holy atmosphere that was just established over your household. You must guard this altar with holy vigilance before you step back into the world. The enemy is waiting outside your room to hurl bitter distractions at your mind. He wants you to forget every decree that was declared over your bloodline tonight. He wants you to go back to your old worries about tomorrow before the seeds of faith can take root in your spirit. But you have the power to set an impenetrable border around your household right now. Look at the simple choices before your hands in this quiet moment. You can treat this moment as just another casual video on your screen, or you can turn your physical actions into a sacred seal of spiritual obedience. I am calling you to seal this covenant before you close your eyes tonight. Step out of the passive shadows of hesitation. When you align your physical body with my spiritual truth, the heavy atmosphere over your life shifts completely from mourning into glorious victory. Type 777 in the comments below right now. When those 3 numbers leave your fingers, you are not simply typing for an algorithm on the internet. You are signing a permanent covenant in the spiritual court of heaven. You are making a physical declaration that your long season of silent tears, financial lack, and heavy isolation is officially dead and gone forever. Let the spiritual realm record your bold acceptance. Type your name or the names of your loved ones into that quiet space below. Our dedicated prayer warriors will stand in agreement with your house, lifting your family before the throne of grace every single day. When you put your faith into action, dark forces are forced to scatter in 7 directions. Your obedience in small physical acts opens massive spiritual doors. Now, secure the border of your household by subscribing to this sacred sanctuary. Turn on the notification bell immediately so that your living temple remains continuously guarded under my shadow. This channel is not a secular entertainment platform created for worldly noise. It is an anointed sanctuary of rest, a divine refuge set apart specifically to nourish your spirit when the winds of this world blow hard against your house. Every time a fresh message is released into this sanctuary, my sovereign voice will break through your daily exhaustion to bring you strength and clarity. By hitting that subscribe button today, you set a permanent mark upon your household. You declare to every dark principalities that this house belongs to the light, and no weapon of delay will ever operate inside your gates again. Do not leave your vessel unguarded. Like this sacred message right now, as a physical sign of legal submission to my living word. Every time you like and share this message with another weary soul, you act as a vehicle of divine deliverance. You become my hands and feet on this earth, reaching out into the cold, dark places to pull another falling warrior back into the light. My favor over your own life will multiply tenfold whenever you help others. Think of the person who is weeping in silence tonight, just like you were crying a few hours ago. By sharing this lifeline with them, you bring my light directly into their dark room. You break the heavy chain of their isolation, and you prove to them that they are not forgotten by heaven. Be the faithful steward of this message, and watch how I open the windows of heaven over your own household. From this exact hour onward, your identity is officially rewritten at the heavenly court. You are no longer the exhausted survivor of silent tears and bitter betrayals. You do not leave this video as a tired victim hiding in the dark shadows of fear. You step out into tomorrow morning as an empowered royal heir of an unshakable kingdom, fully armed with celestial peace and sovereign authority over every storm. The generational chains of poverty, sickness, and endless hesitation are legally broken over your entire bloodline tonight. Walk forward with your head held high, square your shoulders, and live in the fierce awareness that the one who governs the universe leads your steps. No storm can shake your foundation, and no dark plan can ever ruin the golden future I wrote specifically for your name. Go to sleep tonight with a quiet and peaceful mind, my precious royal child. Rest your weary soul under the shadow of my eternal wings, for my holy angels are standing watch around your bed. The long winter of your suffering has passed away, and your glorious harvest is beginning right now. Sleep in complete peace, my beloved one, for your victory is forever sealed in my holy name. Amen.